mortgage industry. Other than we saw a little slowdown, but it's picked up the last few weeks. We are getting the files in underwriting pre-appraisals, so that's a great news for people going under contract that have all their ducks in a row. We can get them into a financial underwrite subject to the appraisal, which is really pushing things up very quickly. So your buyers are pretty much rest assured that they're going to get the loan, pending obviously the appraisal comes out fine. Appraisals are actually coming in at or above value right now, which is great, which tells me that the we got rid of some appraisals, but now that they're coming up to value, it's not that big of an issue anymore. I believe the market's catching up to to where the contracts are coming in. I don't know what you guys are seeing at year end right now, but August is going to be a good month. It wasn't as good as July, but overall, guarantee rate affinity just surpassed a $5 billion mark in loans nationwide, which is a very, very big number. We're the third largest lender in the United States, so we are cranking along at record numbers. So other than that, jumbo guidelines are loosening up. I'm getting emails almost on a weekly basis. Some of the Chase, some of the other big dogs are really, really expanding their stuff so we can get, more loans out there. They're increasing their debt to income ratios above 45%, which is good. And obviously it's all case by case scenario, but things are getting much better. We are finally coming out of the doldrums of the COVID laws or the COVID guidelines, which is a great news for us on the street. And other than that, rates are still very good. They're all in the high twos. So, keep that in mind as you're driving those factors through to your clients that, it's a great time to buy, even though you might be overbidding for a property, you're getting into a place with, extremely low interest rates. And at some point, we've been saying this for a year now, but at some point rates are going to start creeping up. And when they do, psychologically, it's going to put a little damper on the marketplace. But secondly, obviously they can't afford what they would at, 2.75% versus 3.5%. But other than that, everything's moving on very, very well, very, very smooth. So keep this in mind when you're looking at your clients. We want to be, great partners with you guys. Use this as resources, use this as a sounding board, and use it to help close your deals. I'm always here to talk to the listing agent, I've talked to sellers, attorneys to make sure that the transaction goes smoothly. So we're here for a team effort, and just keep this in mind. So thank you very much. Have a great weekend, and hope everyone's grateful for this wonderful Friday. And have a great weekend. And please give me a shout with any questions.
You, John. What John's talking about, I think, is great. And I think on our mastermind on Wednesday, we really kind of had a conversation around with Jason around, we don't know what's going to happen. We know something's going to change, right? 20+%, price increases, annual price increases is not sustainable, right? The listing inventory isn't going to last forever. The low listing inventory isn't going to last forever. We're at some point, sellers are going to enter the market, and they're going to enter the market. This, like what he said on Wednesday, which I think was brilliant, was people will get off the fence and into the market when they think values are going to change and start coming back down or slow down, because they're not going to want to lose money. What John was just talking about is one of those conversations that you can start to have with people, right? We've been talking for the past year about how rates could we're expecting rates to creep up, right? We've been talking about for the past couple months of how we're starting to see some price reductions and a slight slowdown in market time, right? And things aren't flying as quickly. Some things are, but not everything is, right? And whereas before it was everything's flying off the shelf, right? Homes are going into contract immediately, and that's the conversation that you can start having with your people, and that is what will start to create some urgency with your sellers. Does that make sense? Sound good? All right, I think that's a great aha to kick our next segment off with. Although we got to start with gratitude, right? So it's Friday. We're going to keep going with our high fives. Who's got Silva? I knew you were going to be first. I could just tell from all the smiles that you had this morning that you were going to be like right there as soon as I said the words. What do you got for us this morning, Silva?
Okay, I prepared this time. I'm not gonna lie. Since last night, I was waiting for this moment to give my gratitude to Jen Henry, and you will not be able to guess why. If you know me, or if you don't know me, I stopped watching TV since 2013, and this was the best thing I did. And this summer, I decided to ask Jen to recommend something to watch because I thought that I'm missing probably on something. And she recommended Schitt's Creek. And I got hooked up. You have no idea how. But now I actually appreciate it from a different perspective. Not that it only made my summer so different and so upbeat, but I also saw how people who fell out of the Hamptons into the Schitt's Creek, and they actually became a better version of themselves.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I was just having a conversation with somebody yesterday and joking around how Gary Keller sees business lessons in anything that in everything that he does. And I love the fact that you're taking business and life lessons from Schitt's Creek. I love it. All right. Who else has some gratitude for us? Adonis.
Yeah, thank you both Silvas for that information. I appreciate that.
Silvas.
I'm just grateful because I had like a birthday on July 27th, but it lasted for some reason like 15 days. Like I kept getting gifts and birthday shout outs and everything. It's ridiculous. Like I feel like the child in me is jealous. Like the man gets a birthday extravaganza. The kid didn't get that necessarily, but it's awesome. Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Thanks, Adonis. Who else has some gratitude? Who else has some gratitude? All you got to do is unmute yourself and I'll let you know as soon as I see it. All right, come on, April.
I have gratitude for Adonis. I have a couple of new agents, Jamie and Janine, that recently joined KW in the last 30 days. And all they do every time I talk to them is just praise Adonis and his patience and his willingness to help them no matter how many times a day they call. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Adonis for helping my girls so that they could be successful at KW.
Love it. Love it. Poor Adonis. He's had to handle he's had quite a handful lately. So as you all know, probably know, Adonis has been helping me out as well since and Deb out since Maria left. And this poor man has had to deal with me for the past few months, and that, you know, I'm just going to keep the gratitude going for Adonis because, you know, I'm not necessarily the easiest person to work with sometimes, but I do. You do a great job. Thank you, man.
You have an excellent demeanor, Dan. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
This is why you deserve a 3-week birthday extravaganza.
Exactly.
Oh, snap. Full circle.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Who else has some gratitude for the people in their lives? Stuart.
Yep, I might as well pile on because everybody else is. Adonis, thank you very much. Yeah, good timing. I had a question regarding interoffice messaging, and he gave me a 9-step response, which I've never seen it that precise. So thank you, Adonis. Good stuff.
Love it. Love it. Tama.
Well, I'm going to jump on the Adonis bandwagon, even though I don't have anything specific, but I just feel like I'd be, missing out on something if I didn't say I love Adonis. So, but my gratitude is for a couple people in the office, Dan, April, Dawn, Rick Scott. You guys helped me out through an emotional time frame, and I appreciate you being there and making me laugh.
Love you, Tama. Love you, Tamamoto.
Can I jump in?
Absolutely. Calvin, go for it.
Excuse me. Gratitude to Mara Bisesto and my short, very brief career or new career. I've reinvented myself. I guess this might be the 4th time, and decided to come into the real estate business. And she introduced me to KW and Adonis and Steve, and extraordinarily grateful that I've landed on the planet with these guys and with you guys. It's a journey.
Love it.
So thank you.
Filled
with gratitude.
Calvin. Happy to have you here. Along
Thank
for the
you.
ride. All right, Mara.
Yes, I love you, Cal, and I just want to, I have gratitude for all of you guys at KW. I just went through a really hard time and you guys were all there for me too. And hearing from everybody and just the love I get from everybody and the help I get from everybody the minute I reach out. And definitely Adonis is always there the minute you message him. So go Adonis. But I love all of you guys. So thank you very much.
Well, Mara, we have another surprise for you. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if Steve
No.
reached out to you yet, but one of our
No.
winners from yesterday, Jen Walsh, won a mega camp ticket.
Right.
And she's unable to attend, but she's asked if she could actually gift that registration to you. So we will be registering you for
Oh
mega
my
camp
God.
today. So you'll be able to spend 2 days with Gary Keller and some of the top agents in the country.
Oh my God, you guys
Um,
are awesome. I have to call Jen.
I feel a little bit like Oprah just there. Just now. It's like, you get a mega camp registration. You get a mega camp registration. Love
You're
it.
Oprah.
All right, Sherry
Thanks,
Lee.
Dan.
So ditto everything Mara said, because, oh my goodness, everybody in the office has been very available and helpful to me, from doctors on call to Adonis to everybody. So I really appreciate you. And I have to give a shout out to my husband, who's been incredibly supportive of me through a really hard sale. So he's sort of listening. So thank you, Sam. Thank
I
you,
love
Sam.
it. Love it. All right. Any other gratitude? All right. It's the you're gonna have to title this YouTube video as like Adonis Day, Adonis High Five Friday or something on the YouTube channel, Adonis. I don't know who makes who uploads them, but that's got to be the title of the video today. All right. Now I want to kind of pivot real quick before we get into Marty. For a 5-minute mastermind. All right. I would love to hear from some of you something that happened this week. Maybe it was a challenging deal that you got to the closing table. Maybe it was something that you did from a lead generation perspective, or anything that's that went well in your business this week. And I'd love to hear about what it was and how it happened and how you got there. All right. This is an opportunity for you to share these things so that other people can learn from them. It's one of the things that we do at KW that is very different from every other brokerage. We can learn from each other's successes. So I'd love to hear just one or two successes from this week. A couple, don't all unmute at once. But I'd love to hear what anything that happened this week that I don't know, set your business off in the right direction. I know there are a couple of you on here that had successes this week, whether it was accepted offers or meeting new clients out on the lake, maybe. Silva.
Thank you. I got 3 phone calls from my listings. People literally told me that they looked me up online, and I had the 3 buyers consultations. I have them signed up, already pre-approved, and heading out to showings. And this was amazing. I think if you have positive vibrations, and if you don't give up, and if you don't bitch all day long about how miserable your life is, things turn around. Because I had a closing that actually was completely dead, and 5 mortgage brokers said that this client cannot be approved, and I'm having the closing, as a matter of fact, going through. Okay.
Love it. All right, I'm gonna have to call on a couple people that I know had some successes, if unless you guys want to share. All right, I'm gonna call out April. So hopefully you can talk right now. But I heard that you had you and a couple people had a pretty successful day on the lake yesterday, finding some new clients and such.
I did. We did. So I did a little, I've sponsored 10 people at KW in the last year. So I invited them all out on my boat on Candlewood Lake yesterday. It ended up being Dan Carter and Janine Buckley and I. And Dan, he was pretty focused on speaking to people about like what they did and then kind of talk to him about real estate. So there's a gentleman who's actually a private investigator who's looking to do a job, you know, kind of have a little bit of a career change. So he got his contact information and actually is thinking of saying to the gentleman, like, I'll pay for your real estate class. But I'd love to sponsor you at KW. And
Nice.
and then usually on the lake, like another like round of people start showing up between like 4:30 and 5:30 when everybody gets out of work. And Janine started talking to somebody who's in general contracting and construction and is building a 2-family in Bridgeport. So she got all of his contact information. So we kind of jokingly was like, same place, same time next week, 2:00. Like, let's just keep it going. And then I ended up actually giving my card out to 2 women as well. So
Love it. Networking on the lake. I love
yep.
it. Adding to your downline, picking up a listing. I love it. Adding 2 people to your database.
Yep.
All right. Who else has some successes this week? So Tama, I heard you had a pretty exciting accepted offer this week. I'm calling you out, Tama.
Yeah, guys, I will soon be your resident Litchfield County agent because I got an accepted offer on a condo for myself.
Love it. Tama's been going back and forth about what to do, and she finally got herself a place this week. I love it. It looks great. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to go make some barbecue in your backyard.
There you go. Come on, everyone's welcome, and please bring a box with you so I don't have to pay a moving person.
Everybody brings a box. I love it. It's a great like, you know, it's a great strategy for getting your stuff moved from one place to another. I love that. All right. Any other wins this week? Any other successes? All right, Adonis, what do you have for us today with Mr. Marty Miller?
Well, today on the Marty X-Files, we've got day 50. We're going to be introducing the campaigns applet. So we're just working our way down. We're going to learn how campaigns work.
No more designs. Now we're in campaigns.
Now we're in campaigns. Switching it up.
All right, let's do it.
All right, 1 second. Here we go.
I have lots of boxes, Tama. So call me if you need some. I'll bring them up.
Hello, Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 5.0. And today is day 50. So today
With Melio's vendor payment solution, you can pay your business bills now and keep your cash longer. How?
Thank you, Melio.
Today we transition into a new applet, and that is going to be the Campaigns applet. And today we're going to talk about the Campaigns home screen and all of the metrics that you can glean from using that actual home screen. In the next coming days, we'll actually go through running a social paid, a social post, an email, and a direct mail campaign. But today we're just going to look at some of the metrics we can get off the home page. So the Campaigns applet, is the megaphone that you can see here, 7th applet down. So we're going to click on the megaphone, and it is going to bring us into the Campaigns dashboard. So on the Campaigns dashboard, you can see several widgets involved here. And so the first 3 across the top, performance is going to reference essentially how much you have spent in the different campaign styles, how many leads you have created from those campaign styles, how many different campaigns you've actually been involved in, and then what's the engagement from those actual campaigns. And so you can see in each one of these categories, I can track last 30 days, year to date, or even the past 12 months. Lead to goal is going to tell me, based upon what I have set up in goal setting and reports, which we'll get to in a later challenge, how well am I doing in creating the number of leads that I need to create the number of contacts that creates the number of opportunities, and so on and so forth, to hit my ultimate income goal. So that would be displayed here in your second widget, if you will. And then on the far right-hand side, you're going to be able to see what connected accounts that you have associated with paid ads and social posts. So right now you can see that I've got my Facebook page connected, I've got my Twitter connected, and I have got my Gmail account, marty.miller@KW. That's what we're using for the KW email. If we go over to social posts, it'll show you that the Facebook I have attached is my Summit Property Group Houston, and my Twitter account is also attached. If you want to manage any of these connections, you can click on Manage. You'll see you get this pop-up that you can go in and connect some additional accounts if need be. So a quick and easy way to kind of manage the accounts that you do have connected. Next, you're going to have Quick Post. Right now I'm having an issue with my Quick Post, but you should have multiple little squares here in your Quick Post. These are fantastic for use on social media, and we'll look at those in a future post as well. And then at the bottom here, you have got tips and training. So some additional articles about how to use campaigns and best practices around running ads or creating video campaigns, those types of things. So you can see you have the ability to have your basic steps, and then if you want some additional advanced tips, you can toggle that on to get some advanced tips as well. As with all things command, if you want to create a new campaign, there's going to be a bright greenish turquoise button here at the top right. We'll get into the use of that button here over the next several days. And if you are going to run any sort of paid campaign, you do want to have payments set up. And so you can click on here and see payments and see, which one do you have actually as your default card. You can also then from the payment screen see how much you have spent, and you can do lifetime, you can do last 7, 30, month to date, year to date. And then you can also select which channels you want to actually be looking at. So great way to kind of break down. If you want to add a new card, basically you would do add payment method, and then you could then put in a new credit card for really specifically your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, social paid ads. So that's it for today, an introduction to our campaigns applet. As I mentioned, over the next several days, we are going to get into social paid ads, email campaigns, direct mail campaigns, and social posts. The cool part is we're going to use the assets that we created in the design challenges inside of these campaigns. So I can kind of put it all together. You can go back and watch how we created a postcard and then see how we mail it out. You can go back and see what we did for that just listed email design template and how to send it out, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned for that. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. And as always, I look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Excellent, excellent. So now you are in the know. Dan, anything to say to take us home?
Let's make it a great weekend, everybody. Let's get out there and sell some houses. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us. We will see you right back here, 9 a.m. on Monday. Bye, everybody.